searching for gaming knowledge comes the man, the myth, a legend in his own mind, Critical. Welcome back, guys and gals. Critical here. Today I'm bringing you a episode in last Epoch. Now, I said I probably wouldn't do another LP and I'd just start doing builds, but a couple users reached out to me and told me that they really like my LPs of these because I explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it as I'm actually going through the run. And they have a point, I think, that this is actually popular. So I'm going to keep doing it. I am starting a new character. Now, originally I was going to do a Primalist, but I had the draw to try another Mage. And I am dubbing this gentleman the Master of Flame. And I'm going to try to follow, let's see if it's in here, because there's a new spell that I haven't even used in Mage, which is one reason I really wanted to come in here. The Flame Reeve, right here. So, but I'm doing it differently this time. Normally I say I'm going Spellblade and I make a whole build around Spellblade. Or I'm going Sorcerer and I do make a whole build around the Sorcerer. I'm going to do a basement build. I am going, at least for the first 50 levels of this character, is going to be nothing but basement abilities. I want to see what I can do with just the lower tier. So I'm just going to be a mage. I'm going to be a flame mage. I'm neither going to be a spellblade or a sorcerer this time. That's my challenge. Let's see how I do. All right, now when I start the game, it's always the same. The only spell you have is Lightning Blast, and it's not a bad spell. It's just very weak, at least for now until the later part of the game. There are some really nice uniques, and there's some gear choices you can make that I think would make it rather powerful, but I'm talking like arena stuff. In the arena, it just can't hold up, unfortunately. But the arena is a special beast. I wouldn't look at the arena as the only way to see this game. That would be a mistake. The arena is just a place to test your build. And builds that don't do well in the arena can do perfectly fine outside the arena. Now, there is a quest giver here. He basically wants us to get to the last refuge. So you don't even have to talk to the guy. You kind of are already on the quest automatically just by kind of showing up here. But I figured I'd show you that there is a quest guy there. Now, die. Hey. Now, I haven't decided if I'm going to be a sword and shield individual yet. I don't know how Flame Reeve will melee attack that releases a wave of flame from your weapon, cleaving through enemies, and a cone in front of you deals 8 additional fire damage, deals up to 50% less damage to distant enemies. Fire melee attack. But if I'm using this as a ranged attack, I don't know if it's going to be better to use a wand, which already has innate fire abilities on it, or if a sword's going to be, or maybe a two-hander of some sort. Maybe I'll go full sword build and maybe use a two-handed sword of some sort. Let's see what gear I get, and maybe we'll let that decide. Now, unfortunately, there's only one. Hold on a second. A tome. It's not much of a tome, but it is a tome. There's only one movement ability that I know for Mage, and it's teleport. So I'm kind of forced to take teleport. I need some kind of movement ability. So, well, guess teleport's gonna be my movement ability. No! Now, I will, because I'm playing a quote-unquote fire battle mage, I guess you could call it, I'm gonna have to dabble in Elemental Nova, but it'll be the flame side of the Nova. I am not giving up. Static Orb, I'm gonna use it. It's a spell in my arsenal. I'd be stupid not to. All right, Arcane Warden grants 3% increased melee attack speed per allocated point and 10% chance to gain 3 ward per allocated point on a melee hit. I wonder if the wave from Flame Wave counts as a hit, since it's basically a melee attack. If it is, then the speed is awesome, and getting ward from the wave would be really cool as well. So we're going to go Arcane Warden to start off with. So like I said, the lightning's actually pretty good. It's got a good hit. It's got a long distance. In the base game, you can have it arc and it hits most of the enemies in a pack. I think where it falls short is when you're fighting in the arena and the packs that you're facing are 30, 20 or 30 strong, and your electrical, what do they call it? Lightning blast only arcs to maybe 4 or 5 mobs per cast. And if it takes more than one hit, yeah, you're running and gunning, and it's a stopping skill, meaning I can't, I have to stop to cast it. I can move. I mean, this is possible, but not very practical. I want to burn things down quickly, like that. If I don't move, I'm casting it so much faster, and I can burn mobs and enemies down. Remember how I was talking about all the issues I was having with frame rates? If you've noticed, it looks really smooth. Oh, I've had this system and this monitor set up for just a little bit over a year now. And when I first set this system up, I have an old Alienware monitor. All right, it's a 1080p 60 hertz monitor. And I wanted to have a second monitor for my recording information, for chat if I'm doing a stream, that type of stuff. Well, I set it up. I'll put the ring on. I'm going to want Fire Shield. This is not my Fire Shield build, but I know I'm going to want Fire Shield. So I think I'm going to make Fire Shield my first specialization. And if I'm specializing in Fire Shield, I'm definitely going to go into Circle of Flames, and I'm definitely going to go up to the Retaliation where it fires off fireballs like crazy. Emanation of Heat. Nearby enemies have 20% chance to be ignited every second. Nice buff on that. Cast on allies. Not important now, but when the game does have multiplayer, that will be huge. Elemental protection. Warding might be something I might think about. Now, developers, I see it has Frostburn, meaning it increases your cold damage. It has Plasma Shield to increase your lightning damage. Why isn't there a node to increase my fire damage? Deals 3. I mean, I am dealing fire damage. Oh, well, maybe I'm stupid and look over here. No. Circle of Flames doesn't do that. Yeah, I mean... A global ignite chance. Maybe that's the fire side of the buff, I guess. I'm going to take Emanation of Heat. The reason I am taking that is it doesn't matter if I have a Circle of Flames. This still works. Yep. I want to be able to ignite my enemies. They must burn. Now, unfortunately, that's a recast ability where I have to constantly recast it to keep it fresh. But there are some nice uniques you can get to make it work really nice. So as I was saying, my monitor issue. So when I added that second monitor, my system looked at the 2 monitors that I had and basically set the system up to utilize the 2 monitors in the best way possible, meaning at 60 hertz. Now my main monitor is actually a 144 hertz monitor. And I was, you know, I've been doing some research on, oh, something lit up. Awesome. I've been doing some research trying to figure out why my frames were so bad on certain games. And there was one about monitor refresh rates and how that affects tearing and overall your FPS. And so when I came back to my, you know, I was at work when I was reading that. So when I came back home, I was like, well, let me check something. Sure enough, my 44 hertz machine was set up at 144 hertz machine was set up at 60 hertz, which is why when I did use VSync trying to get rid of tearing, it would be shuddering. It would look bad because my system was trying to slow the game down to 60 frames per second, even though my monitor can handle 144 frames per second. So I was kind of like wasting my monitor. I had this, you know, this nice monitor, and it was just, you know, basically being wasted. Man, this guy is tough. All right, I'm gonna bring you closer to this guy. Yeah, I'm still kind of a weak mage. There we go. So now I'm not getting a lot of that hitching I was getting, and I'm wondering if that was a lot of my problem before. I mean, even when I had faster frame rates, I still got this annoying hitch every once in a while. It was odd, to say the least. But now it seems pretty smooth. Another quest giver. This one you have to talk to. Now, when you get to the area, I think you automatically start the quest. It's like if you miss talking to this guy. Just checking it out. And I ignite. See, I haven't ignited any. Oh, I did ignite that. And I just ignited that box. I was wondering if boxes would ignite. Now, I do have this. This is awesome if you're using Fire Shield and you have Ward, because it'll use Ward to refresh your Fire Shield, which is actually an awesome idea. You know, I need to use this because it gives me fire damage. That's why I'm torn as to what weapon I'm going to use on this character. Your quest doesn't matter, and I'll talk to you real quick. This guy's a jerk. There is no other way. I mean, I said it differently before, but this guy is just a jerk, okay? Just a jerk. All right, let's set these on fire. Oh, yeah, it's working. It's rather slow right now, but it's working. All right, let's keep moving. Need to find some enemies to punish. It's actually got a decent rage on it too. It lit that box on. It really wasn't that close to it. My stink is spreading. Let's go over and check in this area. There's a nice chest in here. I might get lucky and get some decent gear from it. Oh, no. That one. Fortunately, I was able to block that initial attack. And I'm just gonna stand on you and cast. We were both casting the same thing there for a few seconds. Ooh, not bad, actually. Bash, I'll take. Potion refill rate. Oh, no, that one's better. Yeah, not bad. Like I said, I needed to get something going. Yeah, the best way to bust boxes is just the Elemental Nova, which I will make a Flame Nova eventually. Lightning Blast will be replaced with a proper Fireball, I promise. Yeah, I'll take the buff. I'm gonna get rid of the grays. Ooh, melee fire damage. Okay, that might entice me. We'll see. I'm not too much of a flame. You know, I'm not the master of flame. Remember, he's basically the apprentice of flame. And he has to grow to become the master of flame. That is a long, arduous journey. Fraught with peril, loss. And I'm full of it. And we all know it. Oh, I never talked to you before. Journals, every bit of writing that could be brought down here to the last refuge and the surface's last days. I do not know how many died trying to ferry this knowledge here as the void chased their heels. We can't lose this place. Okay. The Archivist. I wonder if he's going to have more of a story arc in later patches. I was trying to think of a good way to say that. That's just a basic scholar, but that guy was actually named, so. So anytime I get enemies too close to me, it's basically just going to be time to Elemental Nova, which will eventually become a full Flame Nova. Oh, nice. Lightning damage. Now, see, this one isn't a bad idea. A Scepter isn't bad because it has subtract 3 from spell mana cost, which might be a nice way to go as well. Yeah, a lot of different ideas that I have to, you know, I'm gonna stand on these guys because the Voyager are gonna run at me anyways, and those guys are range casters, so I'll just get close to them. Increase damage over time. Now that is important to this character because I'm using fire. Fire means I'm probably gonna be able to stack some ignite on them, and ignite is a damage over time skill. Lasts 3 seconds longer. That'd be nice, and it gets me closer to Circle of Flames. Circle of Flames is a nice area of damage where I'm causing burning and stuff. I like to get to that. I definitely gonna probably go 5 out of 5 in lasting defense. So this, I don't have to keep casting my fire shield so often. Come on, I know you want to pop. Let's go up here and play with these guys. Oh, no, I'm going to dodge out of that. So I'm going to have to stick and move with this guy. I don't have minions, but 24 is higher than 19. So I'm switching. Even though it has nothing to do with this character, 24 is higher than 16, and I want the best. This character deserves it. He's going to be a master someday. Ooh, he's burning. Awesome. Burn, baby. Stun avoidance and dodge rating. Yes, please. Yeah, those are much better stats for this character. At least the way I'm currently playing it. And I mean, I am playing a let's be stupid and run into the middle of the mobs and cast spells type of gameplay. But once I have a good fire shield up and my fire shield is firing fireballs off at them for the damage they're doing to the ward that my my melee attacks are going to be giving me. Actually, I can melee attack with this. Oh, hey. Now the question is, lightning melee attack. Oh, is there something I can do with Mana Strike to make it fire? Because right now it's a base of lightning. I don't want to give that up. It's too good of an ability. So I'm going to have to use at least one lightning skill. No, because that's going to get replaced with Flame Weave as soon as I get up to it. And I only need one more point, and then that becomes my default attack. Yeah. That's how I'm going to do it. For right now, I'll use Mana Strike. But once I've got Flame Weave, well, that's it. I'm not using Mana Strike anymore. Though Mana Strike is a very nice ability. There's a lot of utility with Mana Strike. See that ward going up. See, I'm actually getting that ward from that one skill that I have. Or the one passive. Nice. Anything that... Oh. Yeah, this one's actually better, even though it doesn't have that one stat on it. But I'll be ripping damage over time. I probably have a ton of damage over time shards. Let's be honest, I've done a lot of damage over time builds recently, so I'm sure I've got a good stock of damage over time. I'm so chalant. I'm just sitting here. You can't hurt me. I'm just gonna sit here. Oh, hello. And let me look at the loot that dropped. See if it's something I actually want to take. I do feel kind of tanky with this character already, which is definitely an odd thing for a mage. Stun avoidance over. Oh yes, please. I'll take stun avoidance. Thank you. You'll see a pattern here. I want to avoid stun. I want to ignite my enemies. I want to burn my enemies. Make them burn. Make them burn. I'm not crazy, honestly. That was the evil me. This is the nice me. I could basically just keep tapping my fire shield every few seconds and actually won't hurt anything. Actually, there's another guy over here to talk to that I've never talked to before. Oh, a named Scholar. I was in the entrance to the archives when those things swarmed in. It was terrible. Words can't describe it. The worst, though, was what happened to those who didn't run, who didn't die. I saw them change. I saw darkness flow into them and make them something different, something horrible. Ooh. First hints that some of the things that we're killing were once actual or really people. Or not really, but real people, I guess would be the way to say it. It doesn't make me feel guilty in the least. Sorry. I play ARPGs. We do this all the time. Chance to ignite on hit. See, now that I could give up the straight fire damage for something that has 7% increased spell damage and physical damage, because I'm doing physical damage. This I might, even though I think of it as more of a sword build, a scepter might be a very fine weapon for a flame reeve build. Like I said, we're gonna have to try out several different things to see what works best. And I just noticed it's kind of dark. Sorry, I was doing some other stuff the other day and I forgot to check my graphic settings. Give me a second. Let's set it to very bright. There. Now it's not so dark. It still looks pretty good on the recording. It's a little washed out on my screen, but that's okay. It's about your experience. Now here's a funny thing. See those over there? I can't do anything with them, but I'm gonna break them anyways. I'm gonna see if anything comes out of them, because that's gonna be funny. It's like watching a unique drop over there out of one of the boxes, and I just sit here and go, seriously? And I can't even get it? Oh, hello. Circle of Flame. See, now I'll be burning my enemies. Recast. That is a cool effect. So now not only can I ignite them, my Circle of Flames is actively burning them even if they aren't already ignited. Which makes my Fire Shield even more powerful. And bust boxes almost instantly. Don't have to waste mana to break boxes and barrels anymore. Glacier, which actually is a nice one. New skill available, which would be the Glacier. Nothing else I want to mess with. Probably Nova. Let's see, Nova, Fireball are ones that I know have skill trees that I'll probably be messing with in here. We have the final skill necessary. And I can get into Flame Reef, which has a skill tree, which is awesome. It'll be the next one that I start taking abilities on. So now, oh, that's so pretty. But as a spammable skill, it is expensive. But nice. I don't think it's going to be my spammer. It really can't be because it costs too much. That's going to have to be a cast ability. And I think I'll do it this way. Well, that's where I like to spam, but I'm going to have to be this is actually going to have to get up in your face and hit you. When I'm one-on-one, it's definitely going to have to be melee strike, but when I've got multiple enemies like this, Flame Reap to kill everything, and then move in with Mana Strike. Unless something else presents itself as a better single target. Right now, this is probably my best single target damage I can do. See, I've got a nice range. Now, as I'm building up skills and stuff, and my equipment, ooh, damage over time, that's nice. Subtracts 3 from spell mana cost. And how much does this cost? This costs 18. I think I can get the cost of the spell down to where I could pot and then have some good regeneration, where I could possibly spam that. I think that's going to be a goal of this build, is make it so that I can spam this and not be worried about the actual mana cost itself. And I'm almost sure that's doable. Pop a pot, pop a potion, just be on the safe side. Say I don't have to spam it as much because most things die from it pretty quickly. Let's get to the next waypoint. We'll probably end up calling it for the day. But so far, it's been a good start for this character. The Upper District. Ah, the upper area where I'm from. Sounds like a petulant fool. Well, he is going to be a master. It's foretold. His name is Master of Flame. He's not the kindergartner of flame or anything. He's a master. He almost sounds as bad as the one NPC that we already love to hate. That's awesome. I've got a persona for this character. Hey, get closer to him, then hit him. Can't be a master of flame if you're sitting there whiffing constantly. I'm a master. Whiff, whiff, whiff. I meant to do that. Don't give me that look. Level 8. Nice. Now, I am actually stopping once I find the waypoint. I just have to get to the waypoint first. Alright, new skill. Ooh, Fireball. Fireball has to be on my bar. It's a prerequisite for this character. And now I've got to decide when I want to put points into. Every 3 seconds, your next melee hit ignite per allocated point. That's not a bad one. Your lightning melee attacks deal 2% additional. Your fighting melee attacks 2 additional fire damage per allocated point. Now that's flat damage. All 3 of these are actually pretty good, and I'm doing a basement build. I think for now I'm going to take enchant weapon because it's flat damage. Flame barrier. And I haven't looked through a lot of these. I'll be honest. And then on this side, Storm Drinker, Inferno. Ooh. See, there's some nice skills up here that I'd be nice to have. But like I said, I'm probably... See, there's Flame Tender. That's nice, too. So, yeah, there's a lot of things I need to... I'll eventually figure it out. Trust me, I'll figure it out. This is a long-term build guide, not a hey, we're gonna figure out right, in the first 5 minutes what we're going to do. Let's see how this works. Oh, not bad. I did melee once. Oh, I need to cast a fireball. I mean, I have to cast a couple fireballs. Is a fireball free? Fireball costs 0? It only does moderate damage, but still, it's a free attack. It's not bad when you're out of mana. I mean, it's almost one-shotting these things. Not completely, but if they ignite a second or two later, they're gonna die. And reave them when they get too close. Huh. Okay, I didn't think that was gonna be free. Guess I should have read I should have read my instruction manual before I started my journey to become a master. All right, guys and gals, that's my time for today. I've been Critical. This has been Last Epoch on my soon-to-be Master of Flame build. I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. If you have, drop a like, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Bye.